Hi friends, my name is Colleen and today we are doing a mat-based workout. I have with me a set of hand weights. These are wrist weights that I made into little loops so I can hold them easily. You're welcome to use whatever light weights work best for you today. And I have the Pilates ball. Now if you don't have a Pilates ball, you're welcome to try a small pillow, a stuffed animal that you can roll up roughly to the same shape. Even a sweatshirt, a hoodie. And don't forget, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below so you never miss a workout. Let's get started. We lay down to begin. Feet relaxed on the mat, knees bent, tailbone to crown of the head, one long line. Open the shoulders, open the chest. Abs are relaxed right now, but our spine stays long. Pinky finger to your mat. Create mitten hands. We start to float our arms away from the floor, coming over our shoulders. Hold here. Now let the shoulders glide away from the floor as you lengthen towards the ceiling. And then bring the shoulders back to the floor below you. Keeping your gaze right at the ceiling above you. Nothing else moves but the shoulder. One more. Hug the shoulder blades back to the floor below you. Now hands opposite direction. So your thumb is aiming like your bicep will come by the side of your head, and then your pinky finger is aiming next to your hip. But we only go as far as we can without our posture changing. Come back to the ceiling, hands over shoulders, and switch. Good. Come back to the ceiling and switch. Ceiling. Good. One more set. Keeping shoulders on the mat below you. And lift. One more time. Come back to the ceiling. And then both hands relax by the hips. From here, lift into your upper abdominal curl by drawing the abs in towards the spine, up towards the ribs, and gliding the ribs like they're going to come closer to your hip bones. Hold here. Arms are floating right next to your own body for 4, 3, looking right above your own knees for 2. We gently lower the head, neck, and shoulders back to the ground below us. Let the arms come back to the floor again. Engage to lift into your upper abdominal curl for 4, 3, 2. Relax back to the mat. One more for fun. Lift and hold for 4, 3, 2. From here, create a head cradle. So hands go to the base of the skull. You're looking just above your own knees. You're still engaging the core in and up. You can see your elbows in the corner of your vision. Hold 4, 3, 2. Bring the right leg to tabletop. Bring the left leg to tabletop. Now it's a rough tabletop. Doesn't have to be perfect. Knee over hip. Find where it feels best for you. Shins roughly parallel to the floor. You hold for 4, 3, 2, legs only. One bends in while the other extends out to the high diagonal. And switch. And switch. Your knee aims for your eyeball. Switch. And switch. Reach. Spine doesn't change shape. You're looking in the same spot the entire time for 4, 3. You don't have to aim super low. 2. One more time. Come back to your tabletop. Lower back to the floor. Feet, head, neck, and shoulders. This time, arms come back by your sides. Come back into your upper abdominal curl. Flip so that your palms face the ground below you. 100 arms. But we will not be here for 100 of the pulses. You are breathing. You are pressing the floor away. Imagine that there's a basketball below each of your hands, and you press, press, press. You dribble the ball. The movement happens in the shoulder, right? Not the elbow or the wrist. Long, strong arms for 4, 3, 2, and then lower back to the floor below you. Wonderful. Grab your ball. Put it between your 2 legs. We're doing some bridges. So heels in line with your sit bones here. Knee roughly over your ankle when you lift your hips. So about a fist distance between your booty and the mat below you. Knee over ankle or just behind your ankle is great. Do the one that works best for you. Arms are relaxed by your side, pinky finger into the mat. Engage the core. Knit the ribs so that your spine doesn't become a rainbow. So an engaged core is a happy core. From here, the little lifts. So little pulses through the back of the legs, focusing on glutes, hamstrings. Now, because the ball is here in between our legs, we are adding some tension so it doesn't run away, but it's not a pop the ball kind of tension. Shoulders open and relaxed. Tiny lift for 4, 3, 2. From here, tap the booty to the floor, come back up, tap, lift. Entire spine is moving, so it's not just the booty. Entire body. Lower, lift, tap, lift. And we're not lingering, we're not hanging here for 10 minutes before we lift up, right? Tap, lift. Little extra press through the heels if you need to. Tap and lift. 4, 3, 2. One more time, then we pulse the top for 4, 3, 2. One more pulse, tap the ground, lift, pulse 4, 3, 2. One more, tap the floor, lift up, pulse 4, 3, 2. One more, tap, lift, pulse 3, 2. One more, good. Last set, 4, 3, 2. Hold your bridge right here, little ball squeeze, 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 squeeze. Check in with your upper body that we're not tensing in the shoulders, the base of the neck here. Relax. Now, we only squeeze as much as we can without flinging and ditching the ball. So if you're losing the squishy ball, make it a smaller range of motion. Tiny in, 4, 3, 2. Alternate with our pulse. So you lift 1, squeeze 1, up 1, squeeze 1. Remember that we work in both directions. So gravity isn't pulling us towards the floor. The ball is not unsqueezing for us. So you release, but use muscle to release. Up 1, squeeze 1, lift 1, squeeze 1, 4, 3, 2. One more time, and then gently come back to the floor. Don't run away. Now, taking it up a notch, and if that is not for you, you get to come back to any of the movements that we've done so far in our bridges. From here, your bridge hover, feet are hip distance parallel. Now take one leg. I'll start by lifting my left. So my right one is still on the floor. Hold 4, 3, 2, switch. A lot of core. Focus on keeping the hips level, thighs parallel. 4, 3, 2. Again, switch. Toes are not death gripping. Give them a little wiggle, wiggle for 4, 3, 2. One more time. Other side. Hold 4, 3, 2. Foot to mat. Melt into the floor bone by bone. Let's take a few more spinal articulations. So rock through the spine, peeling away from the floor bone by bone, coming up to shoulder blade tank top line. And then melt, 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 melt. Good. One more at your own pace. Use the ball here. A little extra squeeze to help focus on the core and engagement. And then melt, 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 melt. Take the ball out, stretch opposite directions. Make sure you don't kick your emotional support beverage. Beautiful. Gently put the ball to the side. Rock yourself to seated. Grab your hand weights. All right, so we have one hand weight in each hand. If you want to use them as wrist weights, you can use them as wrist weights. If you have regular hand weights, you use them as hand weights. As always, you're welcome to swap sizes if you feel you need to. You can ditch the hand weights and use what I love, the imaginary hand weights. But no matter what, you are nice and tall with your posture. So whether that's crisscross applesauce, legs to the side, legs out in front, kneeling, seated, standing even. Tall posture, focusing on core engagement, of course. We start with the goalpost arms. So hand over elbow, roughly. Elbow, shoulder, roughly the same height. You do not have to be perfectly next to your own shoulder here in the air. Notice the posture change. Go where you can maintain beautiful posture. Pulses up, up. If you're holding hand weights, knuckles to the ceiling. That way the wrist isn't bent and absorbing extra weight here. Little lift, little lift. Good. So we're focusing shoulder, chest, back as well. Tricep, bicep will provide some additional support. Up an inch for 4, 3, 2. You ready for full range? I know you are. You press, pull wide. Press, come back down. Press, fight gravity, muscle to lift, muscle to lower, right? Up and lower, lift, pull wide. Press and lower. Press. Even if you're not using weights, you are creating your own resistance here. When you lower, press like you're pressing through mud. Reach, pull wide. Reach, pull wide. We have 4, 3, 2, 1 more up. You hold at shoulder height. Turn the hands in towards you. Wide bicep curls. So arms might be in a little V shape here, and that's totally fine. Out and in. Can you keep your upper arm, your elbow, same spot in the air the entire time? Good. Out and in without the torso rocking, so a lot of core control. For 4, 3, 2. 1 more here. Now lengthen the arms. 1 arm at a time. Serve in and out. The other arm frozen in the air and out. Your elbow comes to meet your hip. You reach roughly to shoulder height. In, out. In, out. Elbow stays soft. Out. 4, 3, 2. We go to the other arm. Same thing. Are you ready? In and out. So 1 arm frozen, 1 arm moving. Good. So elbow roughly down by your hip. Reach forward. Reach forward. Now I'm still in like a V shape for my arms here. Still getting bicep, shoulder, chest and back work. A little tricep as well when you bring your arm back in without letting your torso go side to side with your arm for 4, 3. Wow, the other arm drifted. 2, didn't it? 1 more. Bring both elbows in. Low bicep curls here. So we're not hitting ourselves in the shoulder or our leg. It is less work on the shoulder, having the elbows low. So getting a little break for the shoulder muscles, but still working. Curl and lower. Curl and lower. Lift and lift. You lift for 4, 3, 2. 1 more here. Come to halfway spot, little bicep pulse. Find where you make a bicep muscle and do the smallest controlled muscle movement. Straight wrists so they're not adding extra curls. Up an inch, 4, 3, 2, 1 more here. Now bring the arms to parallel. Turn so the palms are facing one another. Your arm makes an L shape right now. Good. Bring the L up and lower the L. So like little robot arms here. Parallel and lower. Lift. You lift roughly elbow to shoulder height and lower. Robot arm lift, robot arm lower. Up and lower. So moving at our shoulder joint, not the elbow, not the wrist, not the fingers. Up. We lift for 4, 3, 2. In your next one, hold. Now pulse from the front of the shoulder, up an inch, making sure chest is open, shoulders away from the ears, small, right here, right where shoulder and bicep meet. Up 1, up 1, up 1, 4, 3, 2. How are your shoulders doing? Wonderful. I thought so. We hold here. Keep holding with me for 4, 3, 2. Go ahead and lower. Take your wrist weights off. Place your hand weights aside. We will use them again later. We have planks next. So Ball will be mid-thigh for your plank. Now, if you have a mat that can fold over, you're welcome to use it for more wrist comfort. You can do flat hands, two fists, or walk your hands to the edge of your mat so that the base of your wrist is higher than your fingers. What this does is it creates a more comfortable angle at your wrist bone. Now for your plank, knees under hips is your go-to spot, tabletop here. Spine is long, and you can stay here the entire time or join me with the add-ons. So find your tabletop. We hold here first. Bring your toes to the floor behind you. Lift. Good. Hips, shoulders roughly the same height. Chin off the chest. We hold here for 4. Abs are engaging in and up for 3, 2. Gently come back to the floor. Good. Don't run away. As always, you're welcome to stay with the lift or stay with knees on the ground. We add on. Ready? Here we go. Lift, hold, ball squeeze. In, in, in. 4. Tiny. 3, 2. One more, and then gently bring your knees back to the floor. Excellent. Another add-on. Here we go. This time, more movement. So again, take it, leave it, listen to your body. Lifting back up, you squeeze 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold here. Shift your hips backwards so you glide back. Bring your shoulders roughly over your wrists again. Squeeze 4, 3, 2, 1. More. Glide back, glide forward. Squeeze 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Glide back, forward, squeeze, 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 glide back. One more time. Squeeze, 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 glide, glide, lower, child's pose. Give the arms a nice lengthen. Shake the hands. Give the fingers a little shake, shake if you need to. If you folded your mat up, unfold it. Keep the ball. Lay down on your side. Doing some side leg work. Now, a clam-like move. If your ball runs away, don't worry about it. You can do the whole thing without the ball. Lay down so that the back of you lines up with the back of your mat. Your ball goes between your Achilles, the back of your ankle here, and pretty much like your hamstring glute line. Good. And then bring your leg down. Your heel's roughly in line with your sit bone because of the ball position, right? Bottom leg is hanging out. It's relaxed. It's not stressing about life right now. Create an arm pillow with me. And now lift your waist away from the floor here. And float your top leg to roughly your own hip height. Knees aiming in front of you instead of the floor or the ceiling for now. So a nice parallel hip height leg. Keep the hips stacked, hand to hip, hand in front of us, or a seatbelt. Do what works best. I'll explain them all. Start with small, little lifts. So tiny outer glute, outer thigh pulse up an inch. Up an inch. Now hand to hip. You'll be able to tell if you're rocking forward or back, what your core is up to. Same with the seatbelt arm. Hand in front of you like a kickstand. More support, more balance. Go where it works best for you. But small lifts. Small lift. 4, 3, 2. Hold here. Bring your leg forward closer to your chest. And now float it back again. Bring it forward without your spine changing. So if you can, do the seatbelt arm, do the hand to hip so you can feel the movement or the lack of movement is what we're looking for in the torso. Keeping the move, femur and hip socket. Yeah, glute might catch on fire pretty quickly because of the holding of the squishy ball. And back an inch, forward a little, back a little. 2 more. 1 more. And then find your starting spot. If that means you have to bring your leg down, go right ahead. You're always welcome to pause, reposition the ball if you need to. From here, let's start our real clamp. So keeping some part of your top foot touching your bottom foot, we rotate, we lower. So clamshell and lower, keeping the hips squared. Good. So you're working outer thigh, outer glute, waistline to control the lift. Doesn't have to be super big. Maybe it's tiny today, and that's absolutely fine. Lift, gently lower, 4, 3, bottom leg is relaxed, right? 2, on the next one, lift and hold for 4, 3, 2, add a small press, pulse back an inch, back an inch, back an inch, 4, 3, 2, uh-oh, the ball ran away, gently lower, that's okay. We're switching to side 2 anyway. All right, so laying down at the back edge of your mat again, take the ball between your top leg, the ankle and hamstring glute line. Spine is long the entire time, core is lifting away from the mat below you, head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. And then bring your leg roughly to hip height. So it's parallel to the floor here, and you start with small little lifts. Now the reason I have you keep the head, neck, and shoulders here on your pillow arm, as I like to call it, you can do a long pillow arm, whatever works best, is that I find your core has a better chance of engaging properly if your head is the same height as your hips. Unlike here, you can see how my waist immediately collapsed towards the ground. So go where it works for you. If you'd rather use a pillow instead of your arm, also an option. But small lifts for 4, 3, 2, hold. Are you ready to sweep forward a little bit? And then come back to start roughly. So little movement forward, femur and hip socket controlling it. Ribs are not changing, torso is not changing. So do seatbelt arm. And see if you can keep your gaze in front of you instead of watching your leg. I know, I'm guilty of it as well. Relaxing the bottom leg and relaxing your top shoulder. Beautiful. I find a little trick is to flex your foot, and that kind of helps hold onto the ball a little bit better. So a little sweeping forward and back. It's not big, is it? Sweeping forward, sweeping back. Let's do 4. Press back. 3, how stable can you keep your hips? 2, 1 more forward and back, and then gently lower, reset the ball, the leg if you need to, and we head into our clam, external rotation and lower. So top leg, some part of your foot is gently touching bottom foot, and if the ball runs away, you can do the whole thing without it, don't worry. You lift, you lower. Now it's perfectly normal for us to have a different range of motion on side 1 compared to side 2, and go where it feels best, the range of motion for you and your body today. But we lift, we lower, we rotate, oh, there goes the ball, for 4, 3, 2, next one, hold for 4, the little ones in 3 are coming up, 2, here we go, small, small. I want them so small that you're not sure that you're even moving. That's how small we lift. Lift without rocking backwards. Good. For 4, you can hold your booty if you need. 3, it probably won't fall off. 2, and then gently lower. Go ahead, give the glute a little pat pat. Gently push yourself to seated. Don't worry about the ball. Grab diamond legs, so feet together, legs make a diamond shape. The closer you bring your heels closer to you, the deeper the stretch will be. Go where it needs to be for you today. You can add a little butterfly leg, just helping to open up the hips, the glutes. If you have a mat that allows for it, you're welcome to rock side to side, kind of do a little self-massage of the glutes as well. All right, some all fours glute work. If you have wrist weights, you are welcome to put them on your ankles to do the moves. If you don't worry, it's still going to be fun. All right, like before, you're welcome to fold your mat over. You can also do the moves from the elbows or the hands. I will do both to show you each time. So hand or elbow under shoulder, knee under hip, spine is long. Take one leg. Don't worry about which one you start with because we're doing them back to back. And send it directly behind your hip socket in line with your own hip. Lift the core and now float your leg roughly to your own hip height. From here, small, small, lift an inch, lift an inch. tiny. Focus on what's happening in the core right now. You're stabilizing by drawing your abs in and up. This is my left leg. If you're doing left leg like I am, take your right arm and slide it in front of you. I call it a kickstand. If you're on the hands, you do like a tented fingers. What does the kickstand arm do? It kind of forces you to engage your core and forces you to stay squared because you're not dependent on the hand. We're not collapsing into the opposite side of our body. The smallest lift up from the glute for 4, not the lower back. 3, 2, hold, flex your foot, bring your leg back in. So almost like you were when you started. Leg is floating next to its partner. Press to hip height. Come back in. Press back. Resist in. So same thing from the elbows. Press and lift to hip height. Resist in. Spine doesn't change shape. In. Press out. Now we flex our foot because it helps activate the muscles in the back of the leg. Press, resist in. Pretend there's a band that you're holding in your 2 hands and goes around your foot. That's right. You press into it, you resist the pull back in. Press. 1 more out. Don't let the spine change. 3, 2, hold here at hip height. Point, flex, whatever feels good. Draw the smallest circle you can. Femur and hip sockets, not the knee, not the ankle. Small controlled for 4. You're doing all direction. 3, 2, reverse it for 4. Keep the core engaged. 3, so you're not wiggling. 2, bring it down. Grab a little child's pose. The leg, the glute that was just working, if it feels good, you can sink it outside the ankle. All right, same thing, other side. So elbow or hand under shoulder, send your opposite leg directly in line with your hip socket. Now, if you're doing forearms, make sure that they are parallel instead of a triangle. It helps reduce the tension here in the base of the neck. Float your leg to hip height. Keep the hips, the shoulders squared. Crown of the head to the wall in front of you. Optional kickstand arm as you start your small pulse. Your kneecap is aiming at the floor, not the wall next to you, not your midline. Good. I find that some days I'd rather be on my hands, some days I'd rather be on my elbows. So go where it feels best for you today. You can also do 2 fists, just like we did during our plank earlier, or the edge of your mat. If you're on your hands, you have gentle elbows, and the elbows aim slightly behind you instead of to the sides of the room. Keep active through the core, through the chest, so the shoulder blades aren't flying away. Tiny lift for 4. 3, 2, hold, flex the foot. Here we go. Knee bends in, press to hip height. In, press, lift. Resist in, press and lift. Press and lift. Don't let the spine change shape. Focus on keeping the length here. Only part of you that's moving, your leg. 1 leg. Out, in, in. Press. Press. Remember, pretend that the band, you're holding it in each hand, one end in each hand. It's around your foot. You resist the pull of it in. You press into it for 4. Lift, press. 3, but not higher than hip height. 2, hold, point. Are you ready for the small circles? How small can you make them? Can you make them the size of a baseball? Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, reverse it, reverse it. I'm doing a little core check here. 4, 3, 2. The circles get me every time. Add a little child's pose again. Give the arms, the hands a good little twirl, twirl. All right, lay down. If you had your wrist weights on your ankles, you may remove them. And then everyone's favorite dead bug. So take the ball, lay down first. From here, lift your hips, place the ball under the lower back area. So this will depend on the size of your squishy ball, but it shouldn't be so low that it's popping out from your booty. So lower back zone, if you have high-waisted leggings on, the ball usually lands like right on the seam of the high-waisted leggings. And now from here, take your time, bring your legs to tabletop. Now check your posture. Spine is long. We're not a smile. We're not a rainbow. A lengthened spine here. Shoulders tension free, arms hanging out next to us. Do you remember the leg movement we did in our warm-up? Good. We're back at it. Now, what does the ball do? It creates stability and instability at the same time. So let's chat legs, knees aiming for your eyeball, and then stretch. So opposition, reach, and pull. You've done very similar leg movement a few times today. All right, so keeping the core engaged. And I'm aiming with my toes for where like ceiling and wall meet roughly, so a high diagonal. But I'm not falling off the squishy ball. I'm engaging my core. So instability, the ball's underneath you. It's a ball. You're going to rock a little. So focus on slowing down the movement, engaging the core a little bit extra. And how does it help stabilize? Well, if you have tight glutes or hamstrings, having your hips lifted like so really helps with kind of allowing the muscles to have a better range of movement and not as tense feeling. So if I were laying down with my hips on the floor, my legs could not be straight. So this is a great way to help alleviate some of the tightness. One more time, and then come back to your rough tabletop. So shin roughly parallel to the floor, knees over hips. From here, can you take your right leg, lengthen it to the ceiling? Take the left, bring it up to meet it. Legs are hip distance parallel. Bend right, bend left. Lengthen left, lengthen right. So a little bit of a brain pattern first, alternating which one leads to the lift. So left, right, lower, left, right, lift, right, left, lower, right, left. So getting a nice stretch in the legs, focusing on not bouncing on the squishy ball. Now, at any point, if you need to stop, reposition the ball, you are more than welcome to do so. The next time your feet are at the ceiling, keep them there. Hold here. Turn the legs into an external rotation. So first position, if you know, heels glued together, feet are making a V shape in the air, and the entire leg. So this is parallel, external, parallel, external. Good. Now from here, you can do gentle knees the entire time, point, flex, whatever feels good, but no crazy legs. We keep the strength as you do a small crisscross, crisscross, aiming the feet at the ceiling, crisscross. So like you're wrapping one leg in front of the other, then switch. So using inner thighs to help control, core to help control. Beautiful. Shoulders open. For 4, we add on in 3, 2. From here, pause a moment, come back to your external rotation if you ran away. We do the same crisscross, so criss, cross, and then allow the legs to open to feet just outside of your own hip distance. Again, criss, cross, open, criss, cross, open, criss, cross. Check in with the core while you're here, that you haven't become a smile or a rainbow. Open, criss, cross, open. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Come back to start, find parallel legs. We're gonna ride a bicycle today. So start by sending your legs kind of like into a V or a scissor, and now bring one knee in towards you while the other leg lowers to the high diagonal. And now pedal, and switch. So the opposite leg reaches to the high diagonal while the opposite knee comes in towards you. We pedal. You can point, you can flex, but I want tension-free toesies. Tension-free. We're not over gripping the air with our toes. But when you reach away, you flex. Like you're pressing through mud. Good. Now, to make it so much fun, pause wherever you are, reverse it. Reverse the pedal. Don't let your spine change. Keep the core engaged. You're doing great. One more pedal. And then come back to the ceiling. Give the legs a little shake if they need it. Reposition the ball if you've run away. Come back to the leg scissor that we started our bicycle with, and then switch. You only move your legs as far forward and back as you can without compromising your posture. And the legs are equal distance too, so you're not here. So equal distance. Now can you flex your feet? It should look like you're doing a weird, like, locked knee walk almost, right? Your knees aren't moving, but they're also not locked. So without bouncing on your squishy ball, make it smaller and quicker. Speed walk. Femur and hip socket is where the move initiates from. Engage your core even more here so you don't bounce off the squishy ball. Quick. Good. For 4. Trader Joe's is closing soon. You got to get in there and do your shopping. For 3. 2. Gently hug. You can take the ball out and hug. Don't worry, Trader Joe's wouldn't kick you out. No, they're too nice. Now, since it is still Side Plank February, it's a thing. Trust me. We have a windmill side plank. Now, as always, if plank or side plank isn't for you, you hold any type of center plank, whether it's a tabletop, a knee plank, a full plank. You go where it works best for you. Oh, forearm plank, another option. Now, in your windmill today, you start with hips, shoulders, same height in the air, hips and shoulders squared to the floor below us. We float one arm forward. We rotate into our side plank. That includes our lower body. So the sides of your feet are on the ground. Your hips, knees, feet, face, all facing the same way. Come back to center. So you switch and switch. Now, if you don't like being on the hands and you want to be on the elbows, you do parallel, equal sign forearms. And the legs, the lower body, still do the same rotate. So you go where it feels best for you. If you've been doing them the whole time with me here, wonderful, keep going. If you're just starting now, let's go. You're here for 4 sets. If you already did your 4 sets, you're welcome to come down and stretch. Here we go, 2. Keep focus on your waist, your lats on the side that's facing the ground. Last set. Here we go. Center, knees lower, hips back, hand twirl. Take your time bringing yourself up to seated. Grab a nice shoulder roll, down and back. Look over one shoulder, over the other. Thank you for coming to your class today. Again, my name is Colleen, and I am here teaching you Barre Pilates style classes on your mat so that you can do them at home or anywhere. So don't forget to subscribe and check out my other classes.